you know, it's a dream come true. So I was about 25, 26 at the time.
Wow.
Wow.
You know? Yeah.
Remember when your daughter was born?
Yeah, I lied.
I remember when we worked at McDonald's.
Yeah, that's right. You were the manager of McDonald's.
Well, no, I worked at McDonald's after y'all. The only reason I wasn't a dean in '79 is because my job would not allow me. The schedule wouldn't allow me. So that's why it was '77 and '78. So y'all were the last and the greatest.
That's right. That's right.
There was no other after you.
He used to live up in Co-op City, remember? He lived in Co-op City.
But brothers, I am extremely proud of you because over these years, since I stayed involved, y'all guys stayed involved. And I don't know, man. I just could not have imagined that this would have happened. There aren't many lines that this has happened to in the history of the Order of the Feather. 68 was one of those. 69 was one of those. 77 was one of those. And I don't know, there hasn't been anything as great
as 78.
So, I'm a little prejudiced, but the reality is y'all have done it and still do it.
Amen.
Because those around the table, you're not coming back for a reunion. You're actually, well, you come back from a reunion because you live all over the other side of the damn country. But all the rest of y'all brothers and men are around. You're around all the time, and you're there to support, and you keep on mentoring, and you keep on leading. And because of you, we're still alive. Because of 78, I can say that the Order of the Feather is still alive. So, anyway, brothers, I'll stop at that point, okay? But I'm going to say this. And I was talking to a few brothers that we cannot keep on doing what we do. There will not be any more legacy lines. This is the last legacy line. Because what we're selling is all different. There is no more Minisync.
What?
Minisync is a senior citizen organization called alumni. And what do alumni organizations do? They get old. And if there's no one going into the alumni organization, that organization is over. So brothers, it is now time to think about 2018. Stop thinking about our past. There are odds nobody can take it from us. But the bottom line is we've got to deal with today. Today, things are different. Today, young men are different. Today, youth is different. Today, what they understand, what entices them is different. What motivates them is different. If we keep on acting like old men and trying to tell our young brothers, oh, how great it is to do the things we did 30 years ago and 40 years ago, look to put a tombstone next to the Order of the Feather's name. So now is the time for us to look around and adapt to the times and work and do the things we've been doing all of these years. Otherwise, our work will be in vain. If this dies, it all dies, and the community fails.
Yes.
Our black men fail.
Yes.
Our sisters fail. We have managed to do something that most organizations can't do and haven't done. We've got longevity as young men running something, okay? And caring about something, and having effect on something, and in being in every single sector of this society that brothers could be in. Think of all of our brothers over the years and what they've done and where they are and what they do. Not many organizations can talk about that organization that this happened when they were teenagers. We did this as teenagers.
Yes.
And you know, brothers, if we don't make a change, we're not going to have something like this again. So maybe you better enjoy this now, because the possibility is that those that follow us may not have it to enjoy. So, brothers, put that in your thinking cap a little bit. Readjust your thinking and think about what these young men and young women need in this society right now. And I'll tell you another thing. If those who are going to be in the highest office of the nation have lost their damn mind, and they have, you see that there is a backlash to that. And that backlash is called sexual harassment that this guy who wanted to be getting over has got to be sitting on television crying now. So brothers, y'all know, we know each other. Stop telling your stories about our past.
Yes.
Because I'm worried about you, brothers. I'm worried that somebody might say something on you and you might be going to jail or have your life ruined because of something that we did when we were young and foolish, and the times are different. The times are different, brothers. come up to the times and protect yourself and your families. It is too important. We are too important to go down on some mess.
How?
Okay? So that, all right. That's the preaching. That's it.
That's good
But I'm
preaching.
happy for y'all. Okay? I'm happy for me.
All right.
I don't know if I have to go to church in the morning because Reverend Beckford laid out the sermon tonight. I want to congratulate our brothers of 78 for their 40th anniversary. And I want to thank you for what you have done to keep the Order of the Feather strong. Because you have always known that it's about what you have achieved in 78 as a line, but you know that achievement involves in standing on the shoulders of the people who came behind you, and most critically, pulling up those who have come behind you. And you have done that tonight. So thank you for the celebration, and thank you for making it about those who came before, honoring and inviting 58 and 68, but especially 2018.
Yes.
And you've been consistent in that.
Yes.
You know, so we've gone back and forth, and whenever 78 shows up, it's always like, yes, 78 is in the house, but you come with the swagger. But here's what the thing: you come with the love and with the work. So when you come with the work and with the love, you're entitled to come with the swagger. So 2018, we want you to come with the swagger. This is real important. Now, many men around the table, as you've heard, and you've got to get to know the men who are here, who have been your mentors, and who will be there from you, and learn their stories. Because they have advice to give, not only in terms of being a part of the organization, but good life advice. One of the things that we learned when we were younger is to take advantage and to sit and to listen to get those stories and their techniques, so that you don't have to repeat mistakes of the past. This is real important. The other thing that's real important is for you to understand how important it is to stay together, for your reputation to be about what you've given back, what you've done to change the organization, and what you will do in the future moving forward. And what you do to honor the Order of the Feather. I was real impressed when I came to speak to you 2018, if I can get your attention. 2018,
Kenny.
I was real impressed when I came to speak to you about how much you knew.
Thank you, my brother.
When I would ask certain questions about Black history, about what was going on, about how sharp you were. So you got to pay attention and understand that you have to build on that. What a lot of people don't know about Judge Kavanaugh, and again, there are other men in the room who are part of other organizations, other fraternities, other fraternal organizations, been to the military. As you know, from me coming to visit you, I was part of the Black Panther Party and one of the New York Panther 21, and I will say this without a doubt. As someone who was part of the Black Liberation Movement, the Black Panther Party, part of organizations and other fraternities, they ain't nothing like the Order of the Feather. And every place you go, people will describe themselves as Feathermen first.
Yes.
I remember talking to brothers who had joined the military, and I was like, how was Marine boot camp? They said, man, I'm a Featherman. Boot camp ain't had nothing for me. So build on that. But also remember the values of respect and love and service to each other in the community that we taught you. Here's what a lot of people don't know about Judge Kavanaugh, and I hope you've been following these proceedings.
Yep.
Judge Kavanaugh was a Yale man, undergrad, Yale Law School, but he was also a fraternity man. Kavanaugh is part of a white fraternity known as DEEP, Delta Epsilon Kappa. DEEP, in terms of colleges, in the same way that you have certain black fraternities that are very, very well known, Sigmas, Alphas, Omegas, DEEP is real well known. But here's how DEEP rolls. They drink, they have sex, they're wild. In fact, that movie Animal House was modeled after DEEP. So when I talked to some people that went to Yale that knew Kavanaugh, they said, listen, we can tell you, and I'm talking about a colleague who's a law professor who went to Yale undergrad and Yale graduate school. He said, let me tell you this about Kavanaugh, Jamal. He's a DEEP. And I went, damn, okay. There's nothing else to say. That's their reputation. Their reputation is to wild out, to party, but because of white privilege, they can get away with all that. They can do all that and become MBAs, college professors, judges, and only when you dig deeper. As young black men, you don't have that opportunity. You don't get that chance. You have to be twice as good to get half as far. And anything that you do, they will look to legally lynch you. Because in the minds of a lot of people, you should still be in chains. In the minds of a lot of people, and sometimes including ourselves, liberation that took the chains off of our ankles and wrists just put them on our mind. When you come in, you have to be the antidote to hatred. You have to be the antidote to stereotype. You have to be the antidote of people looking at you as a young black man saying that you're a troublemaker, that you're a sexual beast, that you're lazy, that you're a thief, and that you can't be trusted. You need to be that force that comes into that room, whether it's a dorm room, a corporate boardroom, whether you're on the subway, and you need to understand if no one is looking. This is what got me through when I was arrested and I was in Rikers Island by myself as a member of the Black Panther Party, when no one was looking, when I was alone, when I was in solitary confinement. You know what got me through? I knew I was a featherman. A leader knows who they are, not just when they're lined up with their line brothers, looking good in your jackets, but when you're alone in the storm and there's no one around, they know who you are. You have that, and no one can take that. You're part of an elite group of men.
Yes.
Able to say,
yes,
we are part of the order of the feather fraternity. Never forget that.
Yes. How? Next.
I'm gonna speak from over here.
Next.
And I'm trying to figure out, I went outside for a minute, trying to figure out what I could have possibly done to cause me to have to speak after Jamal Joseph. That's a hard act to follow. And he was speaking after Rodney Beckford, another hard act to follow. But 78 was a special year.
Yes, yes,
77, 78, I was privileged to be the assistant dean on both of those lines, thanks to Brother Beckford. And Brother Beckford taught me something. Now, he was 24, I was about 17. But he taught me what true mentorship is. And the Order of the Feather is a mentoring organization. But we're a true mentoring organization. What do I mean by that? Over the past 15 years, mentoring has been put in a box. And they say you got to come out a certain amount of hours every week and have some dosage in order to be effective when you mentor somebody. And then we forgot how to mentor people because we can never be consistent at doing that, and we have no effective mentoring programs. But the Feather is a true mentoring program.
Yes.
If someone says, I'm going to stay with you, Greg. I'm going to stay with you for the rest of your life. You call me, I'm going to be there. And what happens when you call me? I'm there. If I can't help you, I turn you on to Tommy. If Tommy can't help you, he's going to pass you on to Lee. That's what Feathermen do. That's what real mentors are. Mentors are people who bring wisdom. That first mentoring relationship with the term mentor is borrowed comes from Greek mythology. Odysseus left his son Telemachus in the hands of a man named Mentor. Mentor was a wise elder, and he left him to guard the house and to take care and raise his son while Odysseus went off to war. Mentor was imbued with the wisdom of Athena, the goddess. And in the form of mentor, she raised Telemachus and taught him the things he had to know about living in the community, about fighting, protecting his house, protecting his family, and eventually sent him back out to go find his father. Now, how does that pertain to us today as mentors? There's a whole generation of black men who've been removed systematically from the community through chemical warfare, through the war on drugs, through crime and punishment, all legal means created by the government to pull black families apart. So we are now charged with the responsibility, as we have always been, of helping our young men find their way. So every man in this room is a member of at least two organizations. One is the Order of the Feather, the other is the Order of the Pines. The Order of the Pines is our true legacy when you learn that there's a young man that goes out into the wilderness and uses honor, honesty, courage, purity, thrift, and all the things that we learn to go and find what his people need to survive. Then he comes back to help those people. That's our legacy as Feathermen. And for the brothers of 1978, no one has done that since I've been in the Feather better than you. And for all the things we've gone through, fussing and fighting, 78 has never wilted.
That's right.
You've always been there, you've always answered the call. And today you are still building in ways that are going to move the fraternity forward, whether it's Rodney Reed, David Jenkins, Lee Winley. You've been successful in your personal lives, and you're not shy about letting people see how you love the Feather. Because we all scream, I love the Feather. I love Old Ministry. But 78, you lived that. And you put it on your sleeve, and you're not shy about letting people know it. And I am proud to have been a part of your making, just like Jamal was a part of my making. I still remember when Eddie Jamal Joseph came to speak to us in 1975. It's in my little composition notebook. Eddie Jamal Joseph is in my book. And I'm proud of that. Every time I decide I'm finally going to clean up and I find that book and I go through it, I'm like, no, I learned something that matters. You know, I remember when I was a dean under Rodney Beckford. I learned all my Feather stuff. I knew it when I pledged. I was a great pledger. Great pledger. Thank you very much. But I learned everything I know under Rodney Beckford because he was so organized. If you ever go to Rodney's office, you will see business cards neatly and in a row. And if something should happen,